Tommy, first day of pre-season, how's it going?
It's went very well. I mean, with a short break of 24 days, the players aren't really going to lose much fitness. But in general, and in previous years, they always come back in good shape. And again, that was the case today. They've done some testing, skin folds, body fat and weight. Jump test, and then they done a running test, and the results without having them in, but they all look pretty good, so far. So really pleased with how they've come back again. And I knew they wouldn't lose much fitness over a period of 24 days, but they've kept themselves in really good shape. There's one or two still looking back, Al Malice, Graham Cummings are on honeymoon, Cup Tie's still away. Chrissy Miller's got an extra couple of days off, and but he's normally pretty fit, so everybody was good. Ando was good as well, coming back off his operation. He should fully start training next week.
And how's David Mackay doing?
David Mackay's doing really well. I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, and he's making good progress. But it's still going to be an injury that we're going to treat with caution. We won't rush it, and it's very much, there'll be different stages of it when you build up, and we'll have to take him through those stages. But all the reports are that he's making really good progress, and he says he's away on holiday because he was on crutches after the op for a while, and he couldn't really get away. But he's able to do some rehab work now, and he's got a programme to do, and he's back around about the 25th or 26th, I think. So. But his time scale will probably be based on what we originally thought, in around the 3-month period.
And today Fraser Wright signed a 1-year contract for the season.
He had agreed it. He'd spoken to me before we both went on holiday, and he agreed it. But until it was actually, not that Fraser was always going to keep his word, but we just kept it under wraps until it was signed, and it was signed today, and I'm pleased to get him. Fraser has been a big part of our success, and for him to be here for another year is a big plus to the club. He's a big influence on and off the pitch, and I look forward to continue working with.
When you say he's an influence off the pitch, what do you mean?
Well, he's off the pitch, he's good round the dressing room with the lads. He can be quite vocal at times when he wants to be, and that's what I mean. On and off the pitch, his attitude's great. When times he wasn't in the team, we're technically at the end of the season. He's good to have around. He's experienced, and he's going to be another big help to us this season.
Having Fraser back, and then you've got Joe Shaughnessy and Brad Mackay. There's a lot of competition for the back four.
Well, what we've tried to do with the signings is make the squad more competitive. We now have 4 strikers, and you have Michael, who can play up through there, and young George Hunter as well, who done very well. Unfortunately got injured at the end of last season. So all over the pitch we're trying to strengthen it. We have defensively, I think it's you add Ali Gilchrist and Gareth Rogers to that. It's a good depth and quality of defenders. So I think that's what we're just trying to create. We're trying to bring in players that will challenge players and want to play in the first team, and hopefully that's what we've done.
And a big player coming in, John Sutton. How pleased are you to get him?
Really pleased. Someone that when Steve was manager, we'd made inquiries about, but someone that I've always liked, a real handful. I don't think he gets as much credit as he should for. Technically he's very good as well, extremely good in the air, good finisher, has scored goals at a regular basis in the league. Is experienced, his attitude, and I met him with Callum, we spoke for about 2 or 3 hours, and I spoke to him regularly on the phone to make sure that he wanted to come to the club, because I think that's important. The money side and the contract side is one thing, but he's an honest enough lad to realise he feels that this would be the best place for him to play his football, and it's not all about just the money and the contract. It's where he would feel most comfortable, and I'm glad he's decided to join us.
Having Sutton, Cummins, McLean and Kane, how are you going to be able to fit them all in?
Yeah, and I say you can throw Michael into that mix, and you can throw young George Hunter into that mix. We'll probably only ever play 2, but I always remember Joe Royal had a saying that you can never have enough strikers about the place, and he's right. It'll keep them hungry. The players that get in, I'm sure they'll be doing their best to stay in. So I say overall, there's competition for places. We've mentioned the back 4. Xander coming back, will put Alan under real pressure as well. In midfield, where we've always been particularly strong, you've got Midgie, Simon Lapman, Muzz, David Witherspoon, Brownie. You've Michael can play on the left. You've Caddis. So overall, the squad's pretty strong, and I think that has always been an area where the strength and depth of the squad has allowed us to achieve what we've achieved over the last few seasons.
Is there plans to bring anyone else in?
Yeah, so we'd like another player in, and we've 6 went out. If you call Banksy, obviously Xander comes back, so 5 went out, and 4 have come in. So, but where the squad's sitting at the minute, we're quite happy with it. I don't think we need to rush into anything, but it's something that the chairman's aware of, and we'll look and see what becomes available. But we're not in any big rush to bring another one in. But I would imagine we will do, but just when the time's right.
Well, when I've been online noticing what fans have been talking about, they'd love to see Danny Swanson back at the club. Is there any scope for that at all?
I think there'd be scope for it. I certainly like him. I would certainly like him back. I've spoken to Tony Mowbray over the summer, and the reality is he wants them back to Coventry. So that's a wait and see. Danny's situation may or may not change when he goes back. If it was to change, I would like to think he's someone that I know the chairman likes him as well, that we could maybe go for. I think we'd be helped with the fact that he had a good time here, really enjoyed it. Once he got really fit, he settled in really well and played a big part in the season. So that's something that he's still contracted to Coventry, and unless that situation changes, there's not really a lot we can do about it.
And the plan now for pre-season, next week you take the boys over to Northern Ireland?
Yes, important for 2 main reasons. One is a change of environment. We're having a short break to come back in and to be still using the same training facilities that we've used all season. Some of our training facilities aren't just up to speed either at the minute in terms of the growth hasn't been that good. So different environment, and we're going to we'll be training at a college nearby the hotel, which I've been over and seen the pitches, and the pitches are excellent. So we'll get good quality training facilities. And I say a different environment to go in, and somewhere we can go, and particularly the new lads coming in, it'll help them bond into the squad as well. So really pleased that we've taken on the trip. With us organising the Aberdeen game, we're only going to play 1 game against Glenavon, and we'll come home on the Friday. But initially we'd penciled in a game on the Saturday as well, but I just felt that Aberdeen would provide good opposition on the Sunday, before the first game in Europe.
And will the team all be together for the draw on Monday?
I think that Europa League draw takes a bit of time. I don't think there's that many teams in it, but we'll be training. I don't take my phone out to training normally, but I'll probably take it out with me, because Abby and Paul will text me or email me, who we've got. But it's a draw. Listen, we're just delighted to be in it again. We've earned the right to be in the Europa League, qualifiers, and if you look at the draws in the last few years, we've drew really big teams in the first round that we've been in, and we've beaten them. So no matter what the game, we'll look forward to it, and we know it's going to be a tough game. Again, I say each year in Europe, logistically, I would like it to be somewhere it would be close for supporters, because I think the St Johnstone support really embraces European games, home and away. over 1,000 to Lucerne last year, and I think it was 500 or 600, maybe even more, to Rosenborg. And even Trevana, where we were 2-1 down, I think they're making 200-300 there as well. So it's something that, logistically, if it was close, for a lot closer and easy access for supporters, that would be nice.
Just finally on European competition, how far can St Johnstone go in?
Well, I think the last couple of seasons we've done remarkably well. I say to beat the likes of Rosenborg and Lucerne, because on paper we shouldn't be doing that. The flip side is we're still get that little tinge of disappointment at going out to the likes of Trevana and Mints. No disrespect to them, but we would just like get through as many legs as possible and as many rounds as possible, and that's all you can do. Certainly, looking at the number in the squad, if we were to get to group stages, we would need a bigger squad, and I don't know if the chairman would be too happy at that. But we want to go and embrace it again and enjoy it, and that's what we try and do, and get the supporters to. They will enjoy it. They enjoy going on the trips, but it would be nice to get that one hurdle further this time.
Cheers, Tommy.
Cheers, Paul.